Hey guys, I want to first say if you guys like me and you guys like these shows and these videos and you want me to keep doing more, please like down below and maybe click a good old subscribe so you can keep getting these videos to pop up in your feed. And I would greatly appreciate that. Today I come to you to talk about loneliness. Raise your hand if you felt lonely. Here. So the concept of loneliness and my take on it and my life knowledge on it, that makes me sound like a loneliness expert, which isn't true. But kind of the feelings that I get around it are this feeling of I give, and overexert myself and maybe find myself in situations that aren't comfortable for me, but I'm giving because I want to help somebody and I want them to feel good about themselves. But then when I need it so bad, I'm like, hello, is anybody there? Because I'm not feeling ya. And so we feel lonely, right? We're like, oh my gosh, I need somebody here and there's nobody here. And then we get shameful and resentful and our soul gets a little bit hardened and bitter. And so I just want to provide just a little bit of maybe some thoughts or some insight or whatever you should have it that may be helpful for people to think about when dealing with this concept of loneliness. So in my practice, I like to use this thought of Teflon versus Velcro. And so in order for us to not feel lonely and to feel like we have people around us, we need to have people surrounding us. And so it is really easy to superficially have people around us, meaning that there's all these people who might be there, but they're not really there. I mean, they're there for like fun or a night out at the bar or a movie theater, but they're not there during the tough, hard thick of it. So in order to bring people in, we need to be vulnerable, because most people don't want relationships that are superficial and don't go anywhere because they feel like a waste of time. And so we need to be vulnerable in order for people to come close. But being vulnerable is so scary because we can be hurt by being vulnerable. Like if I let somebody in, they now have knowledge or information or something about me that could hurt me. But I'd like to counter that with feeling lonely and not having people around you hurts. So you're really taking a leap of faith in allowing people in, but you're giving yourself no room to move if you keep everybody out. And so I have this thought that I like to use a lot, or this like picture message of having Teflon skin and having Velcro skin, and really allowing the people who have earned it the right to stick with us and for us to give information to them and be vulnerable with them and open to them, versus the people who haven't earned it and the people who consistently hurt us, but might be family members or might be people that are just kind of going to be in our life, and we give them Teflon. And there's a nice balance in between of the people who get a little bit of both. So for example, let's say there's a person in my life, we'll say like a cousin, let's just say a family member, and they're constantly hurting me when they're around. So they're talking poorly to me, they're not uplifting me, they're critical of the things I'm doing, right? Like they're not close to me, but they need to be in my life. We can allow them to have the Teflon, right? Like they just kind of like slide off of us. Their comments, their everything just slides off. Little Teflon. Kind of like the egg slides off a Teflon pan when you're done cooking it. That's what we want them to do. Just nicely slide off. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want anything. We just let them slide. Versus the people who have earned the right to hear our story and are stable people in our life, we allow them to stick, right? We allow them to stay and come close and super close. Like, I want you to stick to me. I want you to be close to me because I need you when I'm going through a tough situation. Teflon, right? But then also having this fine balance of some people shouldn't be straight close to us, and in fact that gets dangerous if we have people like super close and in our boundaries and there's no boundaries there. That can be really dangerous. Like enabling type dangerous, or just unhealthy, right? And so that fine balance of having enough Teflon, but having enough stick to our Velcro to healthily keep people in place. And so really identifying your boundaries of like, how much Teflon should this person have versus how much stick? And that can change, I mean, day to day, literally. Like, you know what, that person earned a little bit more of my stick from my Velcro. I'm going to give them a little more stick. Or like, you know what, that person used to be really sticky, and I'm going to put like some fabric or some like pieces of fabric in there so they're not quite as sticky, right? Versus like, you know what, I just got to keep that person in the Teflon zone. And so really being mindful, and the more appropriate people we bring in closer to us, the less lonely we will feel. Bringing people in equals vulnerability. And so could those people hurt us? Of course they could. But not allowing anybody in is hurting us as well. And on top of that, I would like to add that people root for people that make mistakes. Right? Like, I'm not here thinking like, dude, that person's perfect. They've never been through anything. They've never done anything tough. I'm rooting for them. No, like, we root for people who are risky. We root for people who are trying to do the right thing. We root for people who have been through stuff, right? We don't root for perfectionism. We connect with people who are real and honest and not like hoity-toity, like, oh, I just figured out life and life is so perfect. No, it's not. It's not perfect. It's not all figured out. If you figure it out, please let me know, because I haven't figured it out. I don't know how to figure it out, right? But we root for people who are honest and going through the thick of it and who haven't perfected life, right? So remember that. You're not looking for somebody who's perfect, because I don't think it exists. But people aren't looking for someone who's perfect. So if you're looking to be less lonely, be real. Be vulnerable. While picking the right people, or the people we think are right? The people who have earned it. So today, friends, figure out if the people closest to you have Velcro or Teflon, and if they have Velcro, is it the right amount, or do we need to add a little like so it's not so sticky, or do we need to add a little bit of Teflon? And what about those people who have earned it? Have we allowed them to be as sticky Velcro to us as they've earned? So good luck. Again, please subscribe, comment, like, whatever that looks like, so you can see more of these crazy videos. Thanks, guys.